So when I started getting into videos like this, like the way I've never seen him struggle like that.
Yeah. But that was
welcome guys to another YouTube video. I got much to say. I mean, today we're gonna go inside the gym and lift. I want to hit a big ass number on deadlift.
He was walking around it.
Been out and about for the past 5 o'clock right now. You guys
I think
know
200,
super late.
but he competes at like 180.
That's my weight.
Don't train with a nice
That's my
group, so I'm
weight
gonna
class.
see what the
181
vibe's
is
like
my
and
weight
see
class.
if we could do a decent pull. So go ahead, put the grill in.
760
get some
pounds.
pre-workout. And get
How
some
old is he?
I think mid-20s. But like this edit right here.
Yeah.
Or do on. Go ahead and run that shit for me.
Yo, you do that.
I just don't feel it's nearly as good.
No, yeah. I would have looked at that and said it's not nearly as good as what you've done. That's my personal belief. And I'm not just saying that because you're my dude. I'm saying that because I believe that.
Like one thing, you see how that music cut out, kind of distorted.
Faded out.
Yeah, that's what I like, and I need to figure out how to do that.
Hear it in the background. Shit. And it doesn't matter, not taking anything away from anybody, but is he natural?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was competing USAPL.
Okay.
And now I think he's transitioning to USPA.
Ooh. That's 760 right there, right? Pounds?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, it was a shaky leg, but he fucking got that.
There was no hitching.
No.
See, I don't understand how people get through that leg shake. How they can grind that out. I mean,
I think for me, I've never actually had the leg shake because I've never lifted that heavy, but I think it comes down to knees. Right? I mean, think about it, because if you were to pull your knees in slightly while you're in the midst of that, I think that's where you would fail the lift. Like it's focus. It seems to me like it's almost like you're driving your knees out to get past that point.
Yeah, and I think like something like this should be. I would think something for Devin, maybe he knows.
Yeah.
But
real.
I think that this is something that he'd be able to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, has he ever said anything about it?
Weight, so much. No, we've never had that discussion. Only because I've never actually. Now I have. You know how strongmen pull? Like they pull, and they set it. And I've done that, and he's like, you didn't even need to do that. And it wasn't because I didn't purposefully do it. It just like I grinded it up past my knees, and then I felt like, and then it wasn't a continuous pull, and so it was not natural. It was not something that I even thought about doing. So it's like with that, it's just that shaky leg syndrome. I think it's just one of those things where it's almost like, and he doesn't look like he's got weak knees at all. No. But it's almost like maybe it's something to do with having weak knees in that moment. Maybe. I think part of the, what is this? Oh, this fifth.
Yeah, he's doing his back downs.
So this is just gonna go quick as shit. That's like nothing.
He does a 4x5. He works up to a single, and then a heavy single, and I think the RPE depends, but it's and then he does his 4x5.
So strong. It's just amazing to me how naturally strong people are. Like I was talking about this with Jake the other day. Jake in the gym, and I was talking about how we were talking about you actually, or I was talking about you, how you're so strong at your age, at your weight class. And because he was talking about his grandfather being, a farmer or whatever, construction worker, something like that, which is just a naturally strong person. They're just bred to be, they're just strong because they've worked hard their entire lives, probably kind of like you. And it's like some people are just naturally gifted, like Trevor, so fucking strong. For his weight, for his age, but at the same time, so are you.
How old is he? He's like 26, right?
He's in his 20s. Yeah, he's in his 20s.
But he's also he is very strong. I mean, what's he benching? Like close to 4, like 365, almost 400.
Yeah. He's gonna get 4. I bet you he gets 4 in comp, probably at nationals.
And that's in July, right?
Yeah, that's coming up. For me though, that's you. That's you at a different age bracket, but still you got that natural strength. And that's what I was talking to Jake about. It's like you're naturally strong. You're just a strong fucking dude. Where a person like me, I'm natural. I got old man grit. I got old man strength, but I'm not like beast mode strong, but I'm naturally tough. And I think there's a big, and I'm not saying that you're not tough. What I'm saying is that I'm just one of those guys that just is just tough, but not strong necessarily. Whereas I wish I was strong. I wish I was pushing 400 pounds. I wish I was squatting 500 pounds, deadlifting 500-600 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's never going to happen. No matter what my technique is, it's just never going to come. And
you
I'm never
so?
going to use the age thing. It's not my age. It's just because I just don't think. I think there's a peak to my strength. I don't think that there's necessarily a peak to my heart and my toughness.
You don't think? What if you started earlier? You don't think you would have made it?
I think if I would have started in my 20s, yeah. I think if I would have started technically, yeah. Because think about it. Right now, even having been powerlifting for what now? 3 years?
I think, yeah,
3 years, 4 to 5 competitions under my belt. I'm still not even close to being a good power lifter as far as technique goes, not let alone being a master at it. I mean, I think that it's something that you're always perfecting. It's one of those things where you're always going to perfect technique, hitches, this, that, whatever, because of body shape, body form, whatever, everything that you have that goes right and wrong for your body in positions like benching. I can't arch my back like some of those guys. I can't. Depth has always been my thing. So there's something to do with my knees and my hip that is probably subconsciously keeping me from depth, especially underweight. It's a fear factor for me. Well, you felt that today in training.
Yeah, and I think on that second rep for me today is like when I got to that second rep, I went lower.
Yeah.
And it was for depth for sure, but I just didn't grind it out.
Yeah.
I haven't grinded anything out like a real grind in a while.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
So
I mean, when I do, you're there. So I mean,
that second one, you felt depth. You know depth was there. First one, questionable depth. Second one, absolute depth. Why didn't you grind it out? Why didn't you feel like? Because you came up with it. You came up at least a few inches, and then you stopped, and that's when I put my arms there, and then you dropped.
And then I just gave up. It's,
but why? What was going through your body or mind that said, fuck it?
Mentally. I believe it's mental.
Okay.
Mental shit. Just like
you just didn't, you were like, I just can't do it?
I think so.
Okay, so it was, okay.
I think I hesitated on it, and I was just doubting in the beginning before even that second rep. I just think that's where it came down to, along with knowing that I went lower. Yeah. And the first one was a grind.
Yeah.
So going lower, as you know, it's hard to get out of there.
Yeah. But you got out. That's the thing. Because you got out of that pocket. You were coming up. And I thought you were coming up pretty fucking strong. And then all of a sudden you just were like, done. And I've seen that on one other video that you did when you were in Alaska. I saw that on one of those videos. And I think it was probably a 400 where you came up at least midpoint. And then you were like, done. And I thought it was because you gassed. I thought it was like because it was like a second rep or something where I felt like you let your core go from the air.
Okay. I don't know.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But for me, I know that you would have had that today. I think the problem is because you're rushing because you knew I had to leave. So I don't think you got
enough break.
Enough break. And that, I think it says a lot, or it goes, there's a lot to be said about proper breaks between heavy fucking sets.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know that. That's why I typically take 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it all depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Well, I blame me for today because I know I had to leave. I was looking at the fucking clock and you knew I had to leave, blah, blah, blah. which sucks because had you taken just a few minute longer break, I feel like you would have been to a perfect rest point where you would have fucking fought that rather than said, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to blame breaks or anything like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, we don't look for excuses, but there's reasons for it. Yes. Because you would have had it. There's reasons, and that's why we talk about it, because this tells you, okay, well, I didn't take a long enough break. So I need to let my muscles and my nervous system catch up. Especially since you're at damn near 400 pounds going for 2 reps. That's more, that 2 reps is 100% more than you've done prior.
Yes.
So the nervous system is saying, fuck you. You know what I mean? Especially since your first rep was a quick one. That, even though you didn't get depth, and that's the thing, a lot of people, what CrossFit maybe, bodybuilders, whatever other, genres of lifting don't understand is depth for us is below parallel. That's a scary zone. That's like, for me, it's scary.
Yeah.
That's also always psychologically in my mind that when I get below parallel, I got to get fucking back up. It's almost easy to do no matter whatever the fucking weight above parallel. That's not a scary zone because you can get that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like a half rep.
Yeah. Yeah. In our world, it is a half rep. Even an inch. An inch fucking goes a long ways.
Yeah. I don't know how these accessories are playing in though. I mean, with the weight cut as well. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think they are. I think they're helping out. And then those sumos today, all of them felt good. So
yeah. What was your top weight on that?
305.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the program has me doing 2 sets of 5, and then that's at 220, 260, and I actually did 225, then 265, and then went up to 305 is what the program says, and I stuck with that. When typically I would have just said put 315 on.
Yeah.
But I stuck with the 305, and then I did 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 8, and all the tier 2.
Yeah.
Have I explained that to you how the workout goes on that?
Explain it.
My main lift is tier 1, and then tier 2 is the second big lift. But yeah, so the tier 2, it's always like either 6 or 5 rep on the first 2 sets, and then the next 3 sets are odd numbers, and then after that, the last 3 are even numbers.
Interesting.
And then the accessory work after that.
Yeah. So, because prior to this block that you're on right now, you didn't do accessory work. Or
no, I didn't.
I didn't do accessory work.
I didn't do any of the tier 2 section, and then I did the accessory portion occasionally.
Yeah. See, and I personally believe that that's where your real strength is going to come, is with the accessory work. As strong as you are now, going back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, as strong as you are without accessories, you're building the big muscles, you're focused on the big moves. Now imagine focusing on the little behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
It's going to improve the big muscles and support the big muscles, the big moves. I think that's going to, I mean, who knows where the fuck you're national level. Yeah. I personally believe that you have national records in you as long as you stick to believing that.
No, I do believe it, especially after we looked at them last month. Yeah, I firmly believe that I can get them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just don't know if I'd be able to get the national bench.
What was that?
I think 365, which is by August.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So you're setting that deadline, but
because that's when I plan on competing again.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I mean, at least I know I have states.
You have states, and you have that bench. Maybe if not August, then the next.
I mean,
within a year,
it would at least put me. It would at least qualify me for a national. That's coming.
Yeah.
You know?
All your openers qualify you for a national, I'm sure. Right?
I don't know.
You haven't looked at?
No.
Okay.
All I did is look at the state records with you and Mickey, and then that was it.
Oh, man. Fuck national. Because that's the reason I'm not going to nationals, because they're way out of my league. They're just too far. And going back to what I was saying earlier, there's a limit. I think there's a limit to my strength. And I don't know why. You know, it could be just life, but I think it has a lot to do with I am not naturally strong. So you went from being, how overweight were you when you were overweight?
I was about 220.
220. Jesus. And look, to me, looking at your physique right now, I would never have fucking known that you were fluffy.
Yeah.
Going from fluffy to this is...
Have I showed you that picture?
You showed me the face picture. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Do you have like body pictures?
I'd really have to dig for the files.
Man, but, that's impressive though. That's impressive. How long did it take you to lose all that?
I'd say probably about 3 months or so, to get down to about 195, somewhere around there. I don't know. Days. I was just going to work out. I didn't monitor the time frame.
Did you
put on
macros?
No, I wasn't doing any of that. All I was doing is 25. I think it was a 25 pound. It was a weighted vest. Put that on. Got on an elliptical 25 minutes every day consistently for about a month. And then also lifting weights afterwards.
Yeah.
And after the gym, there's Taco Bell right across the street, so that's what I was eating.
Really?
So yeah, so it had just the amount.
It was just the work.
The amount of work I was putting in.
So when did you get into powerlifting then? Was it when you started?
When I met you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's cool. What makes me wish I would have started powerlifting
earlier. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think personally, because I've always kind of been into lifting weights because I had an older brother. I have an older brother. So when we were teenagers, obviously I was into sports also. So I was around sports and lifting my entire life. I didn't like zone in on it like technique wise ever. It's like you just lift. That being said, had I even known about powerlifting, that's something that I think that I could have found a passion for earlier, and I would be way stronger. Yeah. I think going back to what you had said earlier, if I got started earlier, yes, I believe that. Obviously, I think that because it's all technical. There's so much technique to powerlifting. But it's also one of those things that it's like, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone because I mean, I was talking to Jen the other day, and because we're all dealing, Jen Stockton.
Okay.
Fucking strong. She is so fucking strong, which is awesome to see females that are that fucking strong and that just mentally, physically strong. But anyways, we were talking about just injuries. Mm-hmm. And for me, what goes with powerlifting is a fucked up body at times. I mean, yes, technique is going to hopefully keep you from injuries, but heavy weight is also going to fucking just like ease off, dude. You know what I mean? Because there's always that potential of just like, think about just in for me, deadlifting alone. That's the one thing that's held me back is just fear of fucking up my back. That's always in the back of my mind constantly. Just one little tweak the wrong way. I see people, that's one reason why it's scary to do over under.
Oh, you don't do that?
I don't do double over because I can't. Over 300 pounds, I lose my grip. Mm-hmm. I do over under. Mm-hmm. But you see people all the time pulling a bicep. Oh, yeah. On those, just a little tweak right there, and boom, you just fucked up your whole bicep. Mm-hmm. Wayne did that before this, not last competition, but the prior competition. He was getting ready to compete, and he fucked up his bicep. He pulled his bicep. He tore his bicep. And I know many friends, powerlifters, that have done it. And that's the one thing that's like, oh, shit. I always think of that too. I see these memes or these videos of people squatting and their knees just fucking caving in. And it's like, God damn.
I hate seeing that. Like,
I can't watch that shit.
Have you, you know Miss Amanda Ann? Have you follow her on Instagram?
I don't follow her, but I think I know who you're talking about.
She's coached by Joey Flexx along with, he is too.
Okay.
But I think there's like 9 people that are dominating in competitions that are coached by him.
Wow.
And he's, I think, based out of California, and he is based in Texas.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not sure the backstory on them and, you know, if it's been an online thing all the time or what.
Yeah.
But same thing for her. Her knees cave in on her heavy lifts, and I cannot stand looking at that.
That freaks me out, bro.
I haven't seen her get fucked up or anything, but I don't like seeing it and that's why I don't like when mine do it.
Yeah.
Because mine do it frequently.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's, I think, to a certain degree does a little bit, but that's one reason I'm focused heavily on kind of toes pointed out. I can't have, and just like keeping, you go super narrow on your stance.
And that's why.
Yeah.
And they still cave in.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to go a little bit wider so I can get deeper.
Yeah.
Make depth easier to attain.
Yeah.
And then
I think sumo might help that. I think sumo will help that. I was watching a video the other day on YouTube, and he wasn't talking about sumo, but what he was talking about is just throughout the day, put yourself in that depth position. Like if you're just chilling or taking a break or whatever, just sit there. Just sit in that position, down low, below depth, and then your body's going to start getting used to it. Because what he was talking about, I can't even remember. I'll try and think about who it was. But I can go on to my, actually I'll go look right now so I can cite who it was. What he was talking about is that when people aren't used to depth, their joints, their knees, their hips, all those joints are achy. And it's hard. You got to warm up to get there. But if you practice that daily, even if you're not working out, you just sink down, and just like if you're just like relaxing or chilling for the day, just spend a few minutes down there, just in that position. And that will make it easier to find depth. And it makes sense. And that's one of my issues has always been depth.